Alright, hello and welcome back. Nitan here, putting out another video. So, yay. Um, it's Saturday here. So figured I would do a video. Uh, Mainly just because it's Saturday and yeah, I switched up doing videos, at least, I guess for the weekend. It's sunny out. It's also cold out there, so I don't really have any plans of going out there, so I figured I would do a video. Um, you know, that's pretty much it. I'm better than how I was after my last two videos. Um, I had to go through the whole coughing, fighting thing, so that was always fun. Anyway, you know, can't complain about that. You know, I'm still good. Still good, happy, you know, relaxed, warm. Not I know not everybody has that luxury, but for me, I'm happy. You know, so let's see. I already talked about people blaming you subconsciously and stuff, so that's already done. Uh, I won't cover that until you know if I feel like I have to cover it again or whatever, but I won't really cover it again, especially if I don't need to. There's not really a point. Um, so let's see. So for myself, when it came to wanting to just step away from negativity and destructiveness and just you know a whole annoyance and chain of annoyance and stuff, I am pretty much better off because of that. Just taking time for myself, you know reflecting, refocusing, all that. And I know for myself, refocusing was, no, I'm not going to use the word difficult or hard or anything, because it wasn't. It took time, but that was it, really. You know, Once that kind of took shape and form, everything else came naturally, you know, and I just enjoyed, my time away, like I said, focusing on myself, reflecting, processing things, and I guess most of all, healing. When it came to healing, it was like, sometimes it's like, is it really gonna work? Is it really gonna go through? Are you really gonna feel better? All that stuff happens, and then it's like when you actually go through it, it's like, you know what? It's not that bad. Once you come to the realization that you have to heal and you have to heal thoroughly, you can't just put out there in a post or something you're healing or any of that. You actually have to, do it yourself. And I think also if you have the right group of people around you, you can also heal that way too. Um, so I'd say it's a split type of thing. I know for myself, I didn't really want to bother people with my own stuff just because you know, I'd rather deal with it on my own, and I did it that way, you know. But if I would have, gone through people, I probably would have. I mean, I did talk with very few people about, how I was at that time, but at the same time, I also stayed off social media and posting and, you know, just all that stuff. And then, when I decided to come back and do, videos and podcasting, I wasn't really doing. I did podcasting through Facebook, um, but podcasting now also it's easier, I guess. I still enjoy that. I haven't done one in a few days. Actually, no, maybe like a week or two. I will get back into it, but I think for now at least, uh, the main thing will try to be YouTube, um, for the most part. Um, putting, like I said, putting in, this content and putting in, just myself and talking and, just being how I am. It's some people, it's easier said than done when it comes to that. You know, I don't try to be anything I'm not. One, because I don't have time for that. I don't want to do that. You know, I'd rather just focus on, the little things that, make me happy or, take a break from YouTube or, media platforms. Maybe like a couple hours. Maybe get a little rest. Maybe you watch the news. Watch something informative. Watch some anime or, little things. And, I always enjoy those and sometimes even get, a little inspiration out of those, which is always cool. And I'm always enjoying that. So yeah, for the most part, I'm always just chill, calm, cool, collected. Yeah, some things bug me, get under my skin, but for the most part, I'm happy. And for me, I would say it's because of the small circle I have around myself, you know, with people. And I think also it's because I've come to the realization of things, that things aren't forever, things aren't permanent, nothing is permanent, you know, that's the thing that also makes you stronger, you know, things change or happen so, you can get stronger or change yourself. I know for me, it it took me a while to, want to change and, with YouTube, it was more like, eh, it was more like, I was here. Same thing with Facebook. When it came to Facebook and actually starting their videos, it was just like, I'm here. Now it's more like, alright, this is probably something else I want to at least give a shot to, you know, as much as I can, as much on the weekends and throughout the week too, but, whenever I really can, you know, put in a video and, you know, just be myself. Like I said before, I'm always this way. You know, I don't really yell, I don't really do any of that. I always think before speaking. I never speak before thinking or any of that. Especially now that, I want to at least try and do this whole YouTube thing a little seriously and whatnot. But also have fun and, not always take myself too seriously. So I at least try to do that. I at least try to have fun, you know. Um, like I said, I don't change up anything in here. I don't have fancy background or all that type of equipment or knowledge or any of that. It's just my wall, me, my little hat, my prayer beads, and my camera. Oh, also my chair. That's it. And that's just how I am. And I'd say for the most part, I'm a much calmer person because of my small circle. You know, it's never really been about, who's shown this, who's shown that, who's been there, none of that. Who stayed really, none of that. You know, I think when you have genuine care, genuine, you know, understanding, a genuine willingness to understand, then, everything else just falls into place. It's not that, it should fall into place or you force it into place. No, it'll come into place when it comes into place. Forcing it doesn't do anything. You know, there's always a lot of people out here, you know, who are, NPC people. They are, people that are non-playable characters, you know, and they go hand in hand with the whole three poison thing, anger, greed, and ignorance. You know, anger is always destructive. That's never a positive thing. Greed is always destructive because greed will make you turn on people and, it'll make you change, not for the better, not to protect yourself. It'll just make you change, you know. And ignorance is always going to be around, So that's not really, there's people with ignorance out here that don't even need to be ignorant, but that's what they want to be because that's how they want to show off and stuff. In the long run, that doesn't help you at all. That doesn't help people if you're trying to sit there and, put out a message and you're just ignorant. That's not going to help you. You might as well be called a fool or, what have you. Seriously, you know, if you can't get rid of those three poisons, you aren't going to really be anything. Seriously. There are people who will hold on to anger for like decades, and people who will be greedy for years, and people who will be ignorant and, for years and all that stuff. And it's like, no, there's always been a way out of it. You just don't want to see it. People just don't want to see a way out of those three poisons. You know, realize, for me, realize, you're in a poisonous state. You're poisoning yourself. You're poisoning other people, or you're allowing people to poison you. Also find a positive circle. If you stay in that same negative circle, you'll become negative. You'll pretty much be a carbon copy. You know, Third, it's not such a big deal, you know, saying, oh, I might need to go talk with somebody. Like, I don't mean a friend, I don't mean your partner, lover, whatever you want to call that person, or family members. You need to go see a professional person, you know. Will it work for everybody? No. But you won't know unless you try that yourself, at least. If you can't do that, you can't sit there and try to help other people. You can't put it out there in postings. You can't put it out there in memes. You can't. No, that's not helping anybody. That's just falling into, the whole ignorance thing. And there's always going to be people out there like that who put that out there, who make it that way, who always, you know, have it this way. Well, it's always been my way, or it's always been that way, or it's always no. You can try to control it, but you're not really gonna get anywhere. You know. And a fourth thing that I think also ties into most of the problems is none of these people think they're in control. You know, you control this, you control that. No, you're not really in control. You know, the more you try to force control, the more you either hurt people, or you hurt yourself, or you hurt the world, or you know, all that type of stuff. And there's always gonna be people who see it, and there's always gonna be people who don't see it. You know, now when you're always thinking in that type of mindset, you know, it's not like, oh, I'm forcing people into seeing my truth or nothing. No, if you look at things scientifically, you know, most of the world's problems could be solved without going into other people's countries, invading their countries, killing their people, bombing their houses, blowing up, people's, you know, way of life, livelihoods, legal or illegal, you know. Like in this day and age, there's always like, people obsessed with being perfect and looking the best and all that stuff, and it's an illusion. Or posting thousands of pictures with you and your significant other, like, people are really going to care about that when the world is having enough stuff going on, you know? And it's like, why fall into the illusion trap? Why fall into that? What, because it makes us feel better? Because it gives us some comfort that if we post things on social media and people like and comment and say this and say that, suddenly we're all going to be better? No, no. That's not looking at it from a realistic point of view. You know, that's really not looking at it. With a clear mind, clear thought process, and through realization. That's it. You know, but everybody wants this clouded viewpoint, this clouded judgment. You know, everybody wants that. That's not how you really look at the world. You know, if you want to create your own little world, sure, fine. Be the guest, be the person to do that, but that doesn't change anything. You know, it doesn't. Because people just, it's not everybody, but it's just people who just, they don't care. They're either always angry, or they're trolls, or they're this, they're that. or they're just plain angry. And they're either subconsciously not aware, or they're consciously aware and they still don't care. And, you know, that's just how people are. Not now, not decades ago, not years ago. People have always been like that. Way before social media. People will be that way after social media. You know. So you can't really win with that type of thing. You know. You can only focus solely on what you have. You can try to help other people, but the thing I learned also too, if people don't want help, they just don't want it. You know, that's the other thing you have to come to the realization of. If you want to help people, help people. But if they don't want it, don't bother. You just don't bother with it. You know, and if they want the help, give it to them. If they accept it, if they see, oh, I'm helping, genuinely helping, not hurting, then fine. And if they don't want it, don't give it to them. Don't bother. You know, say a little something in your head, you know, and keep moving. That's it. That's the best thing. That's the best thing you can do, pretty much. It's just that right there. So, with that being said, I will see you guys next time. You know, sayonara, touchy delay, and like, subscribe, you know, comment, blah 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 blah, you know, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys around. All right, later.